Today we're going to decode the very mysterious and often confusing scoring of the SAT. The SAT consists of 4 sections: reading, writing and language, math non-calculator, and math with calculator. Now, unlike on the ACT, where each of the 4 sections is worth 25% of the overall score, the SAT has a unique scoring breakdown. Any guess which one of the 4 sections is worth about 33% of the overall score? If you said the math with calculator section, then give yourself a pat on the back. Here's the actual point allocation of the 1,600 points that the SAT is out of. Half of the total score comes from what the College Board refers to as evidence-based reading and writing. This is a combination of the scores from the reading and writing and language sections. Each of these 2 sections is worth 25% of the overall score. The other half of the total score comes from the math sections. Now, the fact that the math score counts toward half of your overall score may seem surprising enough. However, as I alluded to already, it's not as straightforward as just that. Now, I've actually never seen the math breakdown the way I'm about to present it. However, since the math section consists of 58 questions total, 20 questions from the math non-calculator section, and 38 questions from the math with calculator section, and each question is worth the same, as is indicated by every scoring document provided by College Board, in which the raw score from the 2 math sections are added together prior to converting to the math section score, I set up a couple of proportions to determine how much each of the 2 math sections contribute to the 800 math points, and therefore to the overall test score. So let's jump into our mini math lesson for today, proportions. So for our first proportion, we're going to figure out how many points the non-calculator section is worth out of the 800 total points of the math section. There's 20 questions on the non-calculator section and a total of 58 questions, including the non-calculator and with calculator. So when we cross multiply, notice you have 2 times 8, which is 16, and you have 1, 2, 3 zeros. And then we're going to go ahead and do our division to figure out how many points the non-calculator section is worth. So we do 16,000 divided by 58, and we get approximately 276 points. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the with calculator section. To figure out how many points the with calculator section is worth out of the 800 total points, we'll take the 38 questions that are on the with calculator section and put it over the total questions of 58. So we cross multiply. We'll do 38 times 800. And then we'll do our long division and find out that the with calculator section is worth approximately 524 points. And of course, when we add the 276 non-calculator points and the 524 with calculator points, we get our total of 800 points for the math section. So there you have the point breakdown for all 4 sections of the SAT. 400 points on the reading as well as the writing and language sections, approximately 276 points on the math non-calculator section, and about 524 points on the math with calculator section. By dividing each of these scores by 1,600, we get the following breakdown for the value of each section as a percentage out of 100. As you can see, that math with calculator section is occupying a large piece of that SAT pie, which is why we make sure we give our students an edge on this section in particular by providing them with 18 very useful graphing calculator programs that are permitted on the test and training them in how to use each one. Our lead SAT instructor, Ashley, is starting our 11-session SAT small group in preparation for the April 12th school test date next Friday. If you'd like to enroll your child, message me about having them take our SAT ACT diagnostic by this Sunday. Check out the scheduling link in the description for more details.